All right, welcome to my first adventure campaign for Dungeons and Dragons. I did this in 2014. This was one of my first campaigns I had written for Dungeons and Dragons. I was really excited about creating a lot of different things, and I wasn't really sure about how I was going to go about doing it and putting everything together. But this is a fun little first story that I thought maybe you guys want to follow along, and I want to see how this works. Now, I would like to put my own music to this, so I'll put in the corner my keyboard playing. The keyboard playing is going to be just one tracks only, so it's only one sound. So that's going to be fun for me because I didn't want to stay and record layer after layer. So it's just going to be me playing the keyboard for the adventure while I read the beginning intro. Um, all right. Now this adventure was meant for about 3 or 4 players. And you can do it with just one player, but it's just rather dull. But it'd be fun to have more players play. And so I was trying to put together a whole beginning scene here, and you can see I wrote a little map of the city of Hollandbell. And the Hollandbell city is pretty cool because there's a lot of different areas you can explore. And if the players want to go check out different areas, you have to be available to let them explore and check out markets and maybe buy some new weapons and swords and equipment and potions. And this is a good opportunity for everyone to get together and buy and trade and check out what they have in their equipment. And they can see what they have and gather and stock up for the adventures ahead. Just like you would in any town that you would visit, you would want to be able to stock up on what you have. Now, every player starts with 100 GP, so that should be more than enough for them to buy whatever they want to in this campaign within reasonable basic needs. And there will be weapons and higher gear available as we go through. In this first intro, the title of my campaign is called Escape from Hammer's Keep, Part 1. I could not find the remastered one that I had done. I only found the original copies of the actual transcripts of me writing this on paper, so bear with me here, and let's get started. Intro, please. It is a new year. A festival is taking place in the town of Hollandbell, a perfect place for the townfolk to gather after a glorious harvest and for a bigger market to expand. This year, you all gather for a time of fellowship and heartwarming tales of your ancestors and their adventures of battle and glory long ago. Each year, you all meet with joy as you all have been well acquainted with each other for the last century. Tonight, you all eat your fill and drink your wine with laughter and love made possible by the elf Prince Roland, soon to be king over all of Feywild and the elves. As you toast to Prince Roland and watch the town dance to the festive music, you all hear a faint scream over the noise. You all look at each other wondering if the person next to you heard it too, and after a moment you all hear it again, but this time it's louder. Leaping up, you all search for the screaming sound. You turn a corner and look down an alley and see a woman running away. You shout to her and she turns. You all work closer and ask if she's okay. She says there are 2 dark hooded figures chasing right behind her, and they threaten to kill her. Okay, so we see 2 dark hooded figures chasing after this woman that is screaming down the alleyway, and we're going to go inspect it, and this is what we see. I'm going to go ahead and zoom out a little bit on this because we have 2 dark hooded figures. You tell her she's safe with you and that you would help get her to the guardsmen to settle the matter. Suddenly, fireworks go off in the sky with a loud bang, and you turn to face the woman, but she has disappeared. You wonder if you all should report what the woman told you to the guardsmen, or keep searching for her. You report to the guardsmen in the city patrol's keep. With missing posters of men and wanted posters of thieves, you notice a particular missing guard poster, a guard named Sir Fumbleman Lilyheart. You take note, and you wonder what happened to him. As you try to get a hold of any of the fallen asleep guards, 2 filled with wine and other far to engage with arm wrestling, sword fighting, and cards. Finally, a drunk merry guard asks, "What's your business?" And you say, "You'd like to report a missing woman." He drunkenly points to Captain Ridget, and then falls over humming some jolly tune. When you see the captain, he is studying some old maps on his table, filled with wine and candles. He turns, and you see his face as a large scar across his eye and cheek. Asking what he can do for you, you report the missing woman. "Now then," he says, but in this case it's a she. "We can't let a little matter like this spoil our festival. Don't you worry one moment's time. I'll see to it that she's found." After you thank him and leave, Captain Ridget turn back to study his maps like you weren't even there. Alright, so this is the scene where we're coming out of the guardsman's house and everyone's like, "Oh man, alright, I'm glad we told the guards what was going on," but you're getting ready to go back to the festival and you're not thinking anything of it. And then all of a sudden you look up and you see the two dark hooded figures jump in the moonlight from one roof to another, and you all follow the mysterious cloaked figures back to a forgotten alley. Weapons drawn, you hear a muffled scream of a woman being tied up. You shout, "Stop!" but it's too late. The two dark hooded figures toss the woman over their back, and with one jump, they fly over the town's wall with the poor woman screaming for help. Chasing the two dark figures, you come to a side door leading out of the town's wall, only to see them disappear into the dark forest of Ravenwood. Having no time to lose, you pursue them with all haste, leaving Hollenbell far behind you. Soon the sounds of music and celebration are far off, barely being heard as the new sounds of the forest settle in. Having no sign of the women or the dark-hooded figures, you realize you are lost and rethink your rescue plan.